Hey everyone, hi, welcome. Oh my God, I cannot wait to get a haircut next week. Finally, I get my haircut. So, I wanted to get on here though, and I want to talk about this topic. I'm going to talk about it several days over the next few weeks about a number of ways to get yourself out of victimhood. It's so common when things are hard, when life is hard, when the economy is bad, when your job's in jeopardy or you lost your job, when you're going through a divorce, when your kids are really challenging at this point in time, all these things are happening. It's so easy for us to fall into this place of victimhood where we feel like the world is out to get us. It's funny, I lived out in the country when I grew up, and we lived on a long country road, and then it turned into a highway, and you had to take a left to go. Most of the places we went, you turn left. And every time we would drive up to the highway, my mother would complain, damn it, every car in the world decided they wanted to get out and drive right now, is what she would oftentimes say. And that's sort of like the ultimate victimhood, because no, people didn't just decide to drive just because they knew you were coming out onto the highway. And it's so common for us. It's so common for negative thinking to show up as victim thinking. And when people that I know who are really successful, what do? They really ride above any of that negative thinking, and they ride above that victimhood. And so I want to give you some tactics and some tools to be able to get over being a victim, to end victimhood for good. And one of the things I've also noticed is that I have implemented more positivity into my life as I have really focused on getting rid of negativity in my life, that I have gotten rid of thinking of myself ever as a victim, because you don't need to do that anymore. It doesn't become part of your psyche, and you become more successful. So I've seen that this is a major aspect of my success. So I want to give you some strategies for that. So one, in terms of how to stay out of victimhood, is to cut out every person and everything in your life that does not serve you, that does not treat you at your highest and best, that isn't helping you to achieve your authentic self. Any of those things should be cut out of your life. It's so simple, but yet so many of us hang on to relationships because we want to be loved, we want to be needed. It doesn't mean that you don't serve people. It doesn't mean that you don't support people. Actually, I am all for that. But if that's something that helps you to be your authentic self, if that's something that helps you to achieve a greater version of yourself, that should be the benchmark and how you measure whether this is something that you should keep in your life or not. So only keep things in your life if they are serving you to helping you to achieve your greatest version of yourself. It's so simple. So hopping on that is so critical. The second thing is every time you hear yourself say something negative, get rid of it. I don't care what strategy you do. Like I've seen people say the term cancel clear, oh, I'm such a jerk. Cancel clear, I'm doing the best that I can. I've heard it called reframing. So that's one that I do a lot, to reframe. I've seen the rubber band, where you actually put a rubber band on your wrist and then you snap it every time you say something, to give it a negative association for your body when you do something like that. I've seen people walk backwards to really just shift the way their mind works. Do something different. Go into the mirror and tell yourself the exact opposite of that. So anytime you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself or your situation, this is that getting caught into that negative thinking, that victim thinking. Do something different. And so whether you're talking in the mirror to yourself, whether you're reframing, whatever it is, and I'm a huge fan of reframing. So if you're doing a victimhood, my life is so hard. That's a really common victim statement, right? My life is so hard. I just can't do this anymore. How would you reframe something like that? I would say something like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to make it through this. my life is getting better day by day. You know, it doesn't mean that it's not hard anymore. It's just that it's you focusing on what can happen, you focusing on where you're going, you focusing on how you're going to get through this. Those are the keys that you need to focus on, which makes this so incredibly powerful. So the third way to stay out of victimhood is to find something you're good at and something that can add value to people, right? It gives us a purpose. This helps us to have purpose in life. So find something you're good at and do that over and over and over again and add value to other people's lives. So this fulfills us. It makes us feel good about who we are. It fills our soul. It makes our soul sing. And it gives us purpose for why we are here and what we are doing in this world, which are critical things to be able to do. So those are the three things. I'm going to repeat them again. Is take out anything in your life that isn't working and that isn't supporting you to be the highest version of yourself. 2 is to, if you hear yourself saying something negative or victimhood, change it. Reframe it. Tell yourself in the mirror the exact opposite. Say cancel clear. Whatever you can do, just do the exact opposite. And 3 is to find something you're really good at and that adds value to people's lives, and you do that over and over and over again to help make you feel purposeful and helps your soul to feel fulfilled. These are huge things to help you stay out of victimhood. If you follow, I'm going to be giving you something like 14, 15 different ways that you can stay out of victimhood. If you follow these things and make these habits, if you can imagine, if you can make these habits in your life, you can blossom in massive ways. And you can succeed in pretty much any area in your life, because these little tiny habits, so much of our life is created by all these little habits adding up to having a fulfilled, soul-filled life that is bigger than we can ever imagine. So these are just great tips for you to start. I'm going to be giving you a few tips a day, and I hope you find these helpful. Let me know how these go for you. Let me know how it goes for you to try some of these. And here's the tips for today, and I'm going to keep giving you more. So let me know how this goes for you. All right, everyone. Hope you have a beautiful, amazing day. Bye.